The 5 things you must avoid when investing in real estate. Hi, I'm Anthony Peluso, founder of Wealth for Life and Australian property expert. And I'm going to talk to you about some subjects when it comes to investing in real estate where most people lose money in. Okay? Number 1, emotions versus logic. If you had a look at one of my earlier Facebook posts, I spent quite a bit of time on a subject like this. But this is what happens when people look at real estate as an investment vehicle. Okay? They actually look at real estate as in the same way that they would as if they were buying their own home. Okay? And we have many people that are they'll look at us and say, well, Anthony, I actually may want to move into the property later on in the future. And I already know that these guys are setting themselves up for a lot of trouble and financial hurt, later on down the track, okay? When you're looking at real estate for investment purposes, do not think about moving into it into the future, okay? Because then the decision goes from your head to your heart, okay? You don't want that. So the first thing you must differentiate or be very, very clear on, are you looking at this property, this purchase, from the viewpoint of living in it? Or are you looking at it from an investment perspective, okay? Do not mix the two together. You will get yourself into financial trouble, I guarantee, okay? The heart and the head are going to be fighting all the way along into the future, okay? So if you're looking to invest in real estate, do not think about moving into this property and do not make decisions based on whether this is something you're going to move into later on, okay? Very few people can actually pull that off, okay? Where they get that right balance of emotion and logic when looking at real estate, okay? Because you'll start to compromise the financial returns based on the emotional returns, okay? And it gets really messy, really tricky, and you'll start to make decisions that go against what it is that you're looking to achieve, okay? So first rule, emotions versus logic. Make sure you're looking at an investment purchase purely based on numbers with the viewpoint that you're never going to live in it, okay? Much easier to make decisions because you work off some logical criteria, you don't get emotional about it, and you know full well that it's all about making a return, it's all about getting growth and eventually turning that equity into cash, okay? So, first thing. Number 2, watch where you get your advice from. Don't get advice from the wrong people, okay? How do I know people get advice from the wrong people? I just look at some of the decisions they make, okay? So if you're looking to build wealth and invest in real estate, get advice from people that have built wealth and are investing in real estate and doing it very well. Again, I spoke about this a couple of months ago. If you want to learn how to play tennis, get advice from a guy like Roger Federer or Rafael Nadal, right? Don't go getting advice from the guy across the road that you bump into when you pick up the paper in the morning, okay? Don't go getting advice from the guy that serves you coffee down at the cafe on a Saturday morning. Wrong people to get advice from, okay? They may be doing well, but you don't know that. So you start taking advice from the wrong people because it's easy to talk to these people or because you know them. Get advice from the right people. Life is so much easier, okay? Your path to success is so much easier when somebody is giving you advice where they have already carved the pathway to success. Does that make sense? Right? Learn from people that have made the mistakes and now have a clear path and a workable system moving forward so you don't have to make the mistakes that they made. It's common sense, right? But too many of us go get advice from the wrong people, or we go get free advice. I don't think there's anything more expensive than free advice, by the way, right? Get advice from people that have achieved what it is that you're looking to achieve, okay? Because if they're the right type of person, they'll sit down with you and they'll tell you what they did and give you a blueprint or a map of exactly what it is you need to do. Now, probably not straight away, but just work with people that have achieved what it is you want to do, okay? So just be careful where you get your advice from, because if you take advice from the wrong people, don't be surprised if you end up where they ended up or where they are. $300,000 in 14 months. $200,000 passive income for the rest of your life when you stop working. $200,000 in capital growth over a 2-year period. These are some of the results that our clients have achieved over the last 12 months. My name's Anthony Peluso, CEO and founder of Wealth for Life. We're going to be running some special events in a town, in a city near you over the coming weeks called An Evening with Wealth for Life. Go onto our website or call us on 1300 79 3877 and make a time to book in and come to one of these events. Number 3, have the end in mind first. There's my video guy, Adrian, just pissing himself laughing there. Have the end in mind first, okay? So know what it is you're looking to accomplish, okay? The first question I always ask anybody that comes and sees me about investing is, what is it that you are trying to achieve, okay? What does the end result look like for you? Because if you don't understand the end, or you don't have the end in mind, or you can't see what the end looks like, it's pointless to just go in and start investing in real estate for the pure purpose of just investing in real estate. Have an understanding of what the end looks like. You know, Anthony, I want to invest in real estate because I'm looking to accumulate a net worth of $15 million and a $300,000 a year passive income, okay? That could be one goal, one financial goal that you may want to have. Anthony, I'm looking to give my kids a lifestyle. I'm looking to give my family an amazing lifestyle. That could be another goal. And then you work backwards and say, okay, great, what kind of lifestyle do you want to have? Okay, in 15 years' time, I see my life looking like this. I want to wake up in the morning, I want to do these things, I want to go to these places, I want to be able to help these people, I want to look after my children, I want to go here, I want to do this, I want to take up art, I want to buy. You've got to understand what the end looks like, right? And then we work backwards and say, okay, well, for you to get to there, these are the things we need to do today in present time. Your journey becomes so much more simple, so much more easier with less guesswork when you understand what it is you're looking to achieve. And listen, for a lot of people, it's simply this: freedom, okay? You actually, believe it or not, you actually don't want the money. You actually want the freedom that money brings, okay? But you need to understand what that freedom looks like for you, okay? And we actually spend quite a lot of time helping you understand this, because it's actually not that difficult to know what to do once you understand what the end looks like, okay? So make sure that you've got the end in mind first before you start making any decisions up front, okay? Because if you come and work with Wealth for Life, or you come and see us, we will force you, we work together, to make sure we understand what your end looks like. You know, I had this lovely lady, Melanie, who said to me, Anthony, all I've ever wanted in my life was to have a beautiful home with a big backyard so my kids can actually grow up in a nice big house like I did, and have plenty of space in the backyard where they can ride their bikes. I could watch them out the kitchen window. And that's the kind of mother and the kind of parent I want to be. I said, great, what does that house look like, and where is that house based? So we went through everything, and she said, if I could achieve, this is the only reason I want to invest, Anthony. Right? This is the only reason I want to invest, to get my dream home and to make my children proud and to give them the opportunities that I never had growing up. Okay? Now, once you have that nailed, you work backwards, and it's actually very simple to work out what the first step is you need to do today, which becomes the first thing you do on your way to that destination, okay? So always have the end in mind first. Number 4, okay? Too much research and procrastination. I said too much, okay? Don't be one of these people that has to understand everything, okay? Get a good understanding of what it is you're doing, okay? Make sure you do that, but to be a walking encyclopedia on wealth creation, investment, and real estate before you do anything, it's never going to happen, because there's nothing you can learn in regards to theory that prepares you for practical, meaning real life experience. Your greatest learning will be through the experiences that you have along the way. Now, I'm not saying you need to make mistakes either, right? But to be able to sit on the sidelines and do nothing because you feel like you haven't done enough research, or you're not skilled up enough, or you don't have enough knowledge, man, the market will pass you by. You know, time, as I said in the past, is your greatest friend, okay? Use it wisely, because once you lose your greatest friend, it then actually becomes your greatest enemy, okay? If you've ever had a friend turn into an enemy, you understand what I'm talking about, okay? Use time as your greatest asset, your greatest friend. Use it to your advantage, okay? Get knowledged up in the area that you want to play in, but make sure you're not trying to just understand every single thing there is, because you never will. And then you'll start procrastinating. I've got one particular friend, whose name I won't mention, that has been doing research since 2004. Okay, I'll leave it with you. Since 2004, what are we? 15 years. Still hasn't done anything. You know what people have achieved in 15 years? Magic. Okay? Most people I know have achieved more in 15 years than what most people achieve in 60 years. Okay? So, you know, don't feel like you have to know everything before you take a step. Okay, here's the thing, right? Look at it like this. Do you understand how your digestive system works? Probably not. But you know it works, right? That's the same as things like real estate, okay? You don't have to understand how the food goes into your mouth and how it gets chewed up and where it stores and for how long and how it turns into sugar and all that kind of stuff before it comes out the other end, right? Or you burn it off. Nobody understands how their digestive system works properly, like entirely, okay? Where they're an expert, okay? Unless you're a doctor out there, right? But you still eat food, right? You still put things into your mouth, you still do that process. The same is with real estate. Understand enough to take that first step. Partner with people that know more than you. Always partner with people that know more than you, which is actually my next comment, by the way. Partner with people that know more than you, and learn from them, right? If you're sitting with the right people, they'll actually tell you whether to turn left or whether to turn right when you're looking to make a decision. So do your research, but too much research, you'll have people that go in, get into the market, make a killing while you're still sitting on the sidelines, okay? You don't want to do that. The importance of having a one-on-one consultation with one of our advisors. Number one, you want to know how to pay off the mortgage on your home in the fastest possible way. How about understanding and learning how you can become debt-free forever? Imagine paying less tax and having more money going to your pay packet every fortnight. What about securing your financial future in your retirement so you never have to worry and stress about money ever again? These are the things that we go through with you in a one-on-one consultation. Some of the results that we've achieved for our clients by sitting down with us one-on-one, we had one couple who created $300,000 in 14 months. We had another gentleman who's gone on to amass a fortune in real estate that's going to pay him $200,000 per annum for the rest of his life when he stops working. These are just some of the things that come out by sitting down with our advisors in a one-on-one consultation. Get your goal planning and you get your financial planning and your goal setting right in 2019. Take advantage of the tremendous opportunities that exist in the Australian property market right now. Call 1300 793 877 or visit wealthforlife.com.au and book an appointment in with one of our investment advisors to get your money right in 2019. Number 5, okay, not having the right team around you. So these are the 5 things you must avoid when investing in real estate. Not having the right team around you, okay? If you're looking to build wealth, as opposed to buy 1 or 2 properties, you need to have a killer team, a great team around you. You will not be able to achieve it on your own, okay? I don't know, I just had lunch with a really cool real estate developer. And we were talking on this subject, and he was telling me about all the people that he has that work for him and that he has around him, all of his advisors. His time is limited, and when he needs something, he just makes a phone call and gets an answer to something where most people will take a day, half a day to go do research. He puts one phone call in and he gets the answers. It enables him to make decisions and come to conclusions much, much faster, okay? So have a really good team of people around you. In the area of finance, okay? I don't need to tell you how the finance markets are right now when it comes to borrowing money from banks, okay? You can do two things: lie down and let banks win, or work with financiers, work with mortgage brokers, finance strategists that can beat the banks at their own game. And we're doing that every day, okay? You've got to be one step ahead of the banks and one step ahead of finance right now, or you're going to fall behind, right? Have really good, know some really good real estate agents, okay? They become your friends. You start to get property off the market, right, before it hits the market, right? Have really good financial planners with you, okay? So they can show you the things to avoid. Because this is the thing with a lot of investing. It's the things you need to avoid that are probably more valuable than the things you need to do, okay? Have a great accountant around you, okay? I'm amazed at the amount of people that are investing in real estate that still do their own tax returns, okay? The right people will make you or save you more, same thing by the way, will make you more money than what you're ever going to pay for their services. Do you understand that? Too many people try and save money to do everything themselves. That's dumb, okay? One, you'll never do it as good, and two, it'll just take forever to get to where you want to get to, okay? Have a team, have a mastermind team, right, for a better term. Have a team of experts around you, right, that can help you get where you want to get to much, much faster. Property managers, don't go renting out your own property. Okay, you're not experienced enough, and you'll make your decision based on who's going to pay you the most rent, who the closest real estate agent is to where you live or where the properties that you've purchased. You won't do the right due diligence and background checks on prospective tenants. You won't know what to look for. You won't understand leases. You'll just sign down the bottom. Or worse, you'll actually try and manage the property yourself. And then you're surprised at why your tenant trashed your house, why your kitchen is now in your bathroom, and why your bathroom is now in your lounge room, right? And you'll get amazed and shocked at all these stories on TV of people trashing houses and leaving property and not paying rent and doing a runner. You should never be surprised at those stories if you know that most people who are on those shows choose to rent their houses themselves or use bad property managers, okay? So you can make life easier for yourself, so much easier, and get to where you want to get to so much faster by having the right people around you, okay? Because you're never going to accumulate substantial wealth on your own, okay? Especially if you're working 9 to 5, and even if you're not, the skill you need, the knowledge you need in the areas of wealth creation that you need to have, you don't have enough of a lifetime to do that. So think twice, all these people out there that think they want to do everything on their own, okay? Most of you probably haven't done enough research or know enough of an understanding of what's involved when it comes to creating wealth. You know, going out there and buying a couple of properties on the weekend is not going to build you wealth, okay? There is so much more involved than just buying a couple of properties, okay? So much more involved, okay? A proper wealth creation strategy takes a lot of time to put together. There's a lot of work that needs to get done. There's a lot of research that needs to get done. You really need to scope out what it is you're looking to achieve. You need to know when to start. You need to know when to hold and preserve. And more importantly, you need to know when to exit. Because the one thing I've realized, very, very few people, actually I ask people, how do you know you've achieved your goal? How do you know when you've achieved your goal? They have no idea. So how do you know when to stop? I just keep going. Sure, okay, that's great, but how are you going to turn all of this into cash? How are you going to exit this? How are you going to become debt-free? Because a good wealth creation strategy should at least eliminate your debt, or at least minimize your debt significantly, okay? Very few people pay attention to this. Very few people actually even know the answers to this. So, you know, they're just going along, buying a property here, buying a property there, having no real buying criteria whatsoever, and then are surprised 10 years later why they're nowhere closer to their goal, okay? So, number one, make sure that you're buying, if you're investing in real estate, make sure you're using logic as opposed to emotion, okay? Number two, Don't get advice from the wrong people, okay? It'll cost you a lot of money, even if it comes across as free, okay? Number 3, have the end in mind first. Very, very important. It makes everything else so much easier. It takes the guesswork out as well. Because you're looking at a buying decision and you say, hey, is that going to take me closer to my goal or not? Yes, it is. Great. Tick. Go. That's simple. Okay. Too much research, too much education. At some point, guys, you have to learn. You have to start making money. Okay. You should have something that says, income is greater than knowledge. Okay. At some point, you're going to say, you know what? I know enough to go out there and get started. And number 5, not having the right team around you. The most important thing you need to do if you want to play big, play really big game when it comes to wealth creation, have a great team around you, okay? So, I hope you got something out of this presentation, guys. We would love to sit down and have a chat to you. Wealth for Life, we don't use W's anymore, do we? We just go straight to wealthforlife.com.au. 1300 793 877. If you're in Australia, we'd love to be able to sit down and have a chat to you. Some amazing things going on in this space, in the wealth creation, real estate and finance spaces right now. Love to talk to you guys about how you and your families can actually take advantage of that, okay? Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, have a great weekend.